Now we're going to work on technique number 1, clutching feathers. Okay, the attack for this technique is for somebody grabbing your hair with the left hand, and they could be grabbing your hair to control or to throw the punch also, to throw the right punch. Now, first thing we want to do, we want to pin that hand, make sure it's not going anywhere, make sure it's not going to be pulling you, and we're going to drop back, sinking back towards 6 o'clock, 6:30. And as we drop to a right neutral bow, we're going to shoot a right vertical punch with the middle knuckle right underneath the armpit. We would like to catch a nerve underneath to make him loosen up the grab on top. So we're going to pin the hand, we're going to drop back. As we drop and use our body rotation, we're going to shoot the vertical punch right underneath the armpit. Now, from here, we're going to use our right hand to do an extended outward block to clear his hand out of the way. At the same time, we want to drop into a forward bow and hit him with the left heel palm to the face. Now, this two moves are going to come at the same time. So we're going to pin the hand, drop back, hit him with the vertical middle knuckle. Then we're going to clear the arm out of the way, and at the same time, we're going to shoot a heel palm to the face. Now we're in a right forward bow. Now, from here, we're going to sink back to a right neutral bow as your right hammer fist is going to catch him across the face. We could catch him at the bridge of the nose, or we could catch him the left side of his jaw. I'm going to take this from top a couple of times. Step back, hit with the middle knuckle, pin the hand, clear the arm out of the way, hit him with the heel palm, into a forward bow, back to your neutral bow as you hit him with the hammer fist across the face. Okay. Come up, Master, please. Good. Now, when he grabs the hair, as you step back, pinning his hand, you want to make sure you sink back and you pull him. So at the same time that you're pulling this shoulder, his left shoulder, you want to kind of control his right hand by pulling the left shoulder in, so he won't be able to punch you for that moment. Now, another thing is when you drop back, make sure you're not going to be leaning forward. Your back's got to be straight, so when you drop back, you got to bring him with you. Now, right from here, we're going to catch him with the middle knuckle right underneath the armpit. As we clear the arm, we're going to hit him with the heel palm right at the same time. Then we're going to go with the right hammer fist across the face. One more time. Now, also you got to remember that usually somebody's going to grab you. It's not going to be from a distance. They're pretty much right into your face grabbing your hair. So another reason for stepping back is to straighten up this arm so we clear the path for the right middle knuckle. Now, right from here, clear, heel palm. When you shoot this heel palm, your right hand has got to be right behind your left. So when you strike with the heel palm, you're kind of covering his vision. He can't see the right hand coming across right after that. Okay. Now we're going to take it from a different angle. We're going to pin, sink back, middle knuckle, lift him up, clear, and heel palm, and then finish him with hammer fist. And one more time. Step back, pin, drop back, hit him, clear, heel palm, and a hammer fist. We're going to take this a little bit faster now. Yes, sir! And one more time. Yes, sir! Let's take it from a different angle. Yes, sir! And one more time. Yes, sir! Okay, and you cross out after that. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Next technique is called the triggered salute. Now, the reason it's called triggered salute, your opponent is standing in front of you, pretty much squared off, facing each other, and he's going to push you with his right hand, directly catching your left shoulder. Now, what's going to trigger your salute is his push. As he pushes your shoulder, you're going to step off with your right leg, and you're going to sink into him forward, okay, with the right leg into a right neutral bow, and you're going to catch him with the right heel palm to the face. Now, at the same time, your left hand is going to be pinning his hand, the hand that's pushing you. So again, we're going to pin his hand, we're going to step in, sink into him with the right heel palm, catching his chin. This action is going to stretch him and push him back. Now, we're going to use a crane. What I mean by crane is where you got your fingers together, and you're going to use this part of your arm. So as we pin the hand, sink forward, hit him with the heel palm, we're going to use the crane, and when you use the crane, let the elbow stay low. Don't do this. You want to make sure that your elbow is going to be straight down. You're going to drop the crane on his arm, and you're going to drop it and pull. Now, right from here, you're going to collapse that inward elbow right to his ribs. We're going to go right inward elbow, and then we're going to use the same elbow, shooting an outward elbow, catching his ribs or kidney. Then from that motion, we're going to use a right outward back knuckle, again, either catching the ribs or kidney again. And then as it comes to your side, we're still pinning with the left hand. We're going to come up with the right uppercut and catch him to the throat. Now, we're going to do this a couple of times. We're going to step in, heel palm, use the crane, elbow in, elbow out, back knuckle, and uppercut. Let's do this from a different angle also. Push comes, we're going to pin the hand, sink in, heel palm. Use the crane, down, elbow in, out, back knuckle, and the uppercut. Okay. Master, come up, please. Okay, now let's say he's pushing here. Now, as he pushes, we're going to pin, and that's going to trigger, and you're going to shoot the heel palm. Now, your opponent does not have to make contact in order for you to start your technique. If you could see the arm coming to push, you could just step off with the right leg forward as you pin. Use the heel palm. Now, from here, when you strike to the face and push him back, straighten up the arm. We're going to use the crane. We're going to drop it on top of the arm, but as we drop, we're going to also pull to cancel the other hand. Because if I just drop it on his arm, he could shoot that punch. So what you want to do, you want to drop and pull to cancel his left. Now from here, you drop in the elbow to the ribs, back outward to the ribs, and on your way out, you're going to catch him with the back knuckle to the kidney, and then we're going with the uppercut to the throat. And one more time. So he pushes, we step in, heel palm, drop the crane, elbow in, out, back knuckle, and uppercut. We'll take it from a different angle. So he pushes, we step in with the heel palm. Drop the crane down and in. Now we'll go elbow, elbow strikes back, back knuckle catches the kidney, comes out, and you shoot the uppercut to the throat. And one more time. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? We're going to take this a little bit faster now. Yes, yes! And one more time. Yes, yes! Take it from a different angle. Yes, yes! And one more time. Yes, yes! Yes, yes! Yes, yes! Next technique is called Dance of Death. Now, this is designed for a type of attack that, let's say if your opponent is in a fighting stance and he throws a jab at you and then he's coming with a reverse punch, which when he's throwing the right punch and you're starting your technique from there, this position, he's still got his right leg back. Or he could be standing in front of you with his right leg slightly back and he comes in with the right punch to hit you. So now, what we're doing here, depending on the distance and how your opponent is coming at you, you could either step forward with your left leg and block the punch, or you could step back with your right leg. Either case, it's going to put you in a left fighting stance. Now, let's say we step back with the right leg and check the punch. Now, right from here, we're going to keep checking the punch with the left hand, and right at the same time, we're going to drop into a left forward blow, hit him with the ridge hand to the groin. So, one more time again, we're going to drop back, block, and hit him with the ridge hand to the groin. Now, at the same time they hit him with the ridge hand, if you need to move up a little bit to body check and get a little bit closer, then that's what you have to do. Now, from here, you're going to do 3 moves at the same time. You're going to let your left hand go around his right leg to hook around it, and at the same time, we want to take a right leg step through, and we want to collapse that right inward elbow to the midsection of your opponent. And from here, with this strikes, we're going to take him down on his back. Now, from this position, we're going to shoot a back knuckle inside his knee, inside his left knee, and then we're going to come down with either a hand sword to the groin, finger strikes to the groin, or we could drop a straight vertical punch to the groin. So we're going to take this from top, drop back, you block, could do a little shuffle in here, ridge hand to the groin. We're going to grab the leg, step through, collapse the elbow, take him down, back knuckle, and strike to the groin. And then I'm going to close kneel stance or wide kneel stance if you want to adjust your height. Okay. Master, come up. Okay, now, put your right leg back. Now, say he throws the right punch, and we check it. Now, from this position, we're going to shoot the ridge hand right to the groin from point of origin. As we shoot, we're going to body check, and we're going to come get a little bit closer to him. I don't want you to leave a lot of distance here. So we block, we move in, body check also. Now, from here, we go to grab the leg, and at the same time, we want to collapse the elbow. And at the same time, we want to do a step through. So from here, we go 1, and we go through. Now, from this position, when you step forward and you take him down, you got to make sure that you're holding onto his leg tight and you're locking it, because you don't want him to be able to pull the leg out and shoot a heel kick here. Now, we've got it locked. Now, in case he decides to come out with this leg, that's from this position. You're going to shoot that outward back knuckle, catch him inside the knee, and then you're going to strike to the groin. Okay, come up. Now, there's also another way of doing this technique that we could sweep the other leg and take him down. Okay, I'm going to go over that with you also. So we block and strike. Now, instead of a step through with my right leg, I could hook around his leg and sweep this leg at the same time. I take the other leg, back knuckle, and strike to the groin. Come up again. Now, if this technique is done at full speed, you want to take your opponent down right in front of you. He's not supposed to be falling way back there, okay? And the first thing that's going to hit the ground is back of his head. And I'm going to do this slowly. I'll show you what I mean. From here, when we take him down, see, this is what's going to happen to him. And now from this position, we're going to check and drop. Okay, now let's take this from a different angle. Come up. Okay, punch, strike, go through, clear, and strike. Okay, one more time. I'm going to check, strike, go through, take down, back knuckle, and strike. I'm going to take this a little bit faster. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yeah, one more time. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Come on. Let's take it from a different angle. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Come on. One more time. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, Next technique is called trusting salute. And the attack is a right front kick coming at you from 12 o'clock. Now, normally we drop back with the right leg into a fighting stance going towards 5 o'clock. This time we like to step off to the side a little bit more just to get away from the kick. So we're going to step with the right leg towards 4 o'clock, and we're going to double up on our downward blocks, starting with the right hand, doing a downward block, palm up with the outside part of the wrist, and we're going to come out with the left hand doing a downward block and clearing the kick out of the way. Now, one more time. The kick comes from 12 o'clock. We're going to step off towards 4. Right hand downward block, left hand clear out of the way. Now, from here, our opponent is facing us. We're going to shoot a right kick to the groin, and we're going to continue, plant forward, and shoot a right heel palm to the face. So, one more time. We're going to step off to 4 o'clock. Clear the leg out of the way, front kick to groin, and plant forward, heel palm. Let's take this from a different angle. Going to step off, block the kick. Towards 10 o'clock, front kick to the groin, and heel palm to the face. Downward block, kick, and heel palm. Okay. Master, come up, please. Now, when he throws the kick and you step off and you block, now you got to make sure that you're going to stay low. And when you go to throw the kick, you don't want to come up and get close to him with your upper body because you got to worry about his hands. So now, when you drop back, you like to keep the distance because at this point, as soon as you plant his foot, you can reach him with the kick. So there's no need for you to raise up and let your upper body get close to him. Now, another thing from here, when you go to kick, you're going to cross shoot. What I mean by cross shoot is when you check him with your left hand and kick him with your right leg. Now, this could also keep him up for your next move to follow through. One more time, throw the kick. We step off, block, let your check come up in front of you as you kick, and then you're going to continue, plant forward, and use your whole body rotation for the heel palm. Do not hold your shoulder back and end up this way because you want to give it all going through. Okay, let's take it from a different angle. Now, here comes the right kick. We're going to step off, block, check as we kick, follow through with the heel palm. Okay, again. Go 1. Get your kick up a little bit higher for me. Go 1, 2, and 3. Now, let's take this a little bit faster. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Okay, let's try from different angle. Yes, sir! Okay. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Next technique is called gift of destruction. And the gift that's given to you is the handshake. Now you might say, why somebody that's shaking your hand, okay, you want to do a technique on him. Now, normally even you come across a stranger and you start talking, and if he brings his hand to shake your hand, normally that's what you're going to do also. Now, people that shaking your hand, that could be intimidating just by trying to press it hard. And at the same time, it could be a control because your weapon is just being controlled. They're holding on to it. So you want to be able to come out of this situation and in case there's any pressing or pulling or pushing, be able to do a technique. Also, this could work for a wrist grab that you could counterattack and grab his hand and work this technique also. I'll show you what I mean. Now, the first move from this position is when you hop to 10 o'clock with your left leg and sinking, At the same time that you go to 10 o'clock with your left, you're going to shoot a right knee to the midsection, whether it's groin or lower stomach. So we're going to pull also at the same time to cancel his left. So this first 4 moves going to be done together as we hop to the side to 10 o'clock, shoot a right knee, pulling the right hand, and with the left hand striking with the heel palm to the elbow to straighten up the elbow and snap it. Now, from here, we're going to check on top of the right hand, his right hand, as we plant forward, step through with the right leg, and we're going to come up with the right inward horizontal elbow. Okay, now let's go through this again. So, from this position, we're going to hop to the side, shoot the knee, break the elbow, as we turn the wrist a bit, and pulling his right hand. Now, from here, we're going to plant forward as we check the midsection and check his arm. We're going to come up with the elbow to the face. Okay, let's try it from a different angle. From here, handshake, hop to the side, pull, break, knee, and check with the elbow. One more time. Go 1, pull, check, 2, plant, and strike with the elbow, 3. Okay, come on, Sue. Good. Okay. From this position, now, your left hand, naturally, the way it's on your side, is fingers pointed down. So when you come up to strike to the elbow, do not come up with your fingers pointed up. You just want to come up from a natural position and make that break. Now, let's take it from this angle, this way. Now, another reason is, if you're going up this way and you happen to miss, your arm is just going to go over. Your hand is just going to go over his arm. But if you're going this way, fingers pointed down, and in case you miss the elbow and you sit, you could still use your arm and your body to snap his arm and snap his elbow. Okay, let's go back to the other side. Okay, now from here, we're going to pull to cancel his width so he won't punch with the other hand. Now, at the same time that I hop to the side and turn to set up the elbow for the break, and I'm going to pull to cancel his width, I'm going to shoot a knee to the midsection. So we're going to go 1, and right from here, we're going to plant forward. Now, this hand, after the break, is going to roll up, and when we plant forward, we're going to check this arm to his body. Make sure it's not going to be checked out that could come up and around and hit you. So after the break, we're going to come on top of it, check it into his body as we plant forward, and the elbow is going to come up, strike on top. Let's try that a couple of times. We go 1, check, and 2. Take this from a different angle. So we're going 1, plant forward, and 2. One more time. Snap the elbow, check it, going forward, and strike with the elbow. Let's do this faster. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Take it from a different angle. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Next technique is called locking horns. This is for somebody putting you on a headlock and standing in front of you. Now, this could be if you've been surprised getting a kick to the midsection or a strike punch to the midsection, and you start to lean forward a bit, and your opponent puts a front headlock on you. Now, we're going to take it from this point, from feet together, pretty much, or in a horse stance here, narrow horse stance. You're going to step forward with your right leg into a closed kneel. And as you step in, your left hand is going to check his right knee, and at the same time, your right hand is going to be doing a ridge hand to the groin. So your first move is going to step in with the right leg, check the knee, and at the same time, you're going to do a ridge hand to the groin. This ridge hand is going to go in and up. Now, right from here, this is going to make your opponent is getting hit to the groin, lean forward and push him back a bit. So now, from this position, you're going to sink into your neutral bow. As you go to your neutral bow, your right hand is going to do an upward elbow, to like an obscure elbow coming up. And then from this position, as it pushes his head up and it straighten up his body, we're going to come up and sink into a forward bow and shoot a left heel palm strike to the midsection. Now this strike is going to again bring his head forward. From this position, either a sandwich right in place, or if you need to, you could do a push drag forward, shuffle up to him, and catch him with a sandwich. Okay, that's going to be a right inward elbow to the left side of his face, and the left palm of the hand is going to catch the right side of his face, and we're going to sandwich. So we're going to take it from top. From here, we're going to step in to a closed kneel, check the knee, and strike to the groin, sink into the neutral bow, come up with the elbow underneath his chin, raise him up, go with the heel palm back to the midsection, and shuffle forward, catch him on top with a sandwich to the face. Okay, let's take this from a different angle. So from this position, we're going to step in, strike 1, neutral bow 2, forward bow heel palm 3, and shuffle up 4. Also another comment I wanted to make here, that in case you strike him here and you hit him with the elbow, his head just bounces up and come back in, then right from the elbow, we could just catch him with the sandwich also, canceling the heel palm to the midsection. Now I'll show you what I mean. Come up, Master, please. Okay. Now, let's say we're in the front headlock. Okay, this position. We're going to step in. As we step in, we're going to check this knee, and we're going to go rich hand to the groin. Now, from here, the elbow, we're going to shoot up and clear the path. As it comes up, we're going to rotate the upper body and go heel palm to the midsection, and then from here, we're going to go with the sandwich. Okay, and one more time. From this position, I'm going 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Now let's take it from a different angle. We're going in 1. Now let's say if I catch him with the elbow, his head snaps back and forward, then I could just, from this move, shuffle in and catch him with a sandwich. Okay. Let's try this again one more time. So we're going 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Let's speed up a little bit on this. Long kimono is designed for somebody grabbing you with the left hand. It's a direct lapel grab, left hand. So now what we want to do, we want to pin his hand with our left hand. We're going to sink back to the fighting stance. As we drop back to a fighting stance, we're going to turn his wrist clockwise to set up his elbow for the break. Now, at the same time that we sink back to a right neutral bow, rotate the upper body, sinking. Now we're going to shoot a punch here. As we shoot the punch, the rotation of this punch, we're going to snap his elbow, break it. Now, from this position, we're going to come around with the right hand and clear his arm out of the way with a right inward block. Now, the way you clear it out of the way is like a diagonal motion. It's like inward, downward, coming diagonal. And then from this position, you're going to do a right outward hand sword to the throat. Let's go with this again. So we're going to pin his hand. We're going to turn it clockwise. We're going to sink back to a right neutral bow, snap his elbow. Then we're going to go out and clear the arm. At this position, your left hand becomes a position of check, covering your center line. to clear the arm out of the way, and we're going to do a right outward hand sword to the throat. Take it from this side. We're going to pin the hand, sink back, break, go around, clear the arm out of the way, and hand sword. One more time. Pin, drop back, break, clear the arm, and chop. Okay, Master, come up, please. So it's for a lapel grab. Now, again, the arm could be bent because your opponent is close to you. So now, in order to break it, we want to make sure that we drop back as we turn the wrist and pin this hand. We're going to straighten up this arm, so now we'll be able to break the elbow and snap it. At the same time, we've got to worry about this hand. That's why we're dropping back and pulling. Now, you got to make sure when you grab and you turn, you also put some weight on his arm, so you're putting weight on his height zone, checking that as we sink back. Bring him down. Now we're going to snap the elbow. When you clear the arm, you want to make sure that it's not going to go on top to bring his head in, and it's not going to be out this way to cover the target, even though that we could clear it and go to a different target. But still, if you want to go to the throat, after we make the break, we like to go diagonal this way to keep the target open for the right outward hand sword. Take it from a different angle. So we pin, sink back, make the break, go around, clear, and chop to the throat. One more time. Drop back, break, clear, and chop. Okay. Now let's do this a little bit faster. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, take it from this side. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next technique we're going to work on is called glancing salute. Now, we already went over triggered salute, how we had the right hand pushing the left shoulder. Now, this time the right hand is going to be cross-pushing the right shoulder. So now, the first move we're going to do, we're going to sink forward with the left leg towards 10 o'clock. And as we sink, we step to 10 o'clock, we're going to pivot and go into a right forward bow facing 3 o'clock. So the opponent is in front of you, does a cross push with his right hand pushing the right shoulder. As we step to 10 o'clock, we're going to pivot, sinking into a right forward bow facing 3. And at the same time, again, we're going to pin his hand, and we shoot a left inward block to his elbow to snap the elbow. Now, from this position, we're going to clear his arm out of the way. We're going to sweep his arm and clear it. And at the same time, the right hand, your salute is going to glance off and hit him to the face. And right from there, it's going to hook back of his neck. And at this position, from a right forward bow facing 3 o'clock, we're going to go back to a left forward bow facing 12 o'clock. So let's do this one more time. We're going to step in, check, break, clear the arm out of the way as we heel palm, go to a left forward bow. As soon as we do the heel palm, it's going to hook back of his neck. Use the crane, hook it back of his neck. Now, we're going to bring him in, and at the same time, we're going to shoot a knee, right knee, straight knee, to the groin or to the midsection. And at the same time, as soon as we shoot the knee, we're going to step through and let the elbow just slip right around and catch him left side of the face with the right inward elbow. Let's do this one more time. We're going to step off, make the break, clear the arm, heel palm, hook it back of his head, bring him into the knee, and right away, we're going to slip the elbow right around his face. Okay, let's do this from a different angle. We're going to step, make the break, clear the arm out of the way, heel palm to the face, hook it back of his head, pull him into the knee, step through, and elbow. One more time. Go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Master, come up, please. Okay, now we got the cross push. We're going to slip right off of that. Again, we don't have to wait until the opponent makes contact. The arm is coming up. We could step off and pivot into a forward bow to make the break right here. Now we're going to clear the arm out of the way. As we clear, we're going to shoot the heel palm to the face. Now, right as soon as this hits, it's going to hook back of his neck. We're going to bring him into the knee. Now, right away, we're not going to let him come all the way down. As soon as we shoot the knee, the elbow is going to slip right around. Okay, let's try this again. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's take it from a different angle. So cross push, make the break, clear out, heel palm, hook it around the neck, knee, and elbow. Right again. Push, break, clear, go in, and elbow. Let's do this a little bit faster. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Take it from the other side. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Next technique is called 5 swords, and the attack is for the right punch coming at you. It's either a right straight punch or a right hooking punch. Now, we're going to, the first move is we're going to step forward with the right leg. As we step forward and around the punch, we're going to come up and do a right inward block and catch him inside the right punch. And it's going to be below his elbow. And your left hand is a positional check, covering your center line. Or you could step forward and do a double block. With the right hand, catch the bicep or stop him from the shoulder. And with the left hand, you're going to check around his forearm. So we're going to step forward into a right neutral, do the block. Now, right from here, we're going to slip the right outward hand sword side of the neck. Make sure you're keeping the elbow down so we could hit him with the path of the action right here, the whole thing going through the body. Now, from this move, we're going to drop into a right forward bow, catch him with the heel palm to the face. And from this position, we're going to sink back to our neutral bow, right neutral bow, as we hit him with the right uppercut to the midsection. Now, this strike is going to make him lean forward a little bit, and as the upper body starts to move in, we want to step off with the left leg going up the circle, and at the same time, strike with the left hand, doing a left outward hand sword, the left side of his face. Now, as we go up the circle, we're going to stay in our forward bow, right forward bow, in order to reach with our rear hand. Because if it was a neutral bow, it's going to pull the left hand back. So we want to stay in a forward bow, right forward bow facing 10 o'clock as we go up the circle with the left leg. Now from here, we're going to unwind into a right neutral bow facing 10 o'clock, and we're going to finish him with a right inward hand sword, catching him on the left side of the neck. Let's go over this again. We're going to step forward, block inside the right punch, right outward hand sword, side of the neck. We're going to go to a right forward bow, heel palm to the face. Sink back to our neutral bow, right uppercut to the midsection. Step up the circle with the left leg, staying in a right forward bow facing 10 o'clock now, shooting a left outward hand sword, side of the neck, and unwind into a right neutral bow. Finish him off with a right inward hand sword, left side of his face, or the neck. Okay. Let's take this from a different angle. We're going to step in, block, chop, forward bow, heel palm to the face, go to the neutral, hit him with the right uppercut, step up, go up the circle, left leg, outward hand sword, unwind into a right neutral bow, hit him with the right inward hand sword. And one more time, step in, block, chop, heel palm, and uppercut. Step off, hand sword, 1, 2. Okay. Come up, Masood. Okay. Now, so this is for a right punch. We're going to block. As we block, we're going to shoot the outward hand sword. From here, we're going to go to the heel palm, catch him to the face in a forward bow. Now, right from here, we're going to use the body rotation, sink back to our neutral bow as I shoot a right uppercut to the midsection. Now, right from here, we're going to step off and check that upper body, strike him side of the neck as we go up the circle with the left hand, and finish him with the right inward hand sword side of the neck. Take this one more time. So we're going 1, 2, 3, and 4. Step off, 5, and 6. Let's take it from a different angle. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Next technique is called buckling branch. The attack is a left front kick coming at you from 12 o'clock. Now, with your feet together, I want you to step off with your right leg towards 4 o'clock, ending up to face 10 o'clock. So the kick comes from 12. We're going to double up on our downward blocks, okay, right, left, and sink back to 4 o'clock, being in a left neutral bow facing 10. And we block the kick. Now, since we're blocking the left kick, now your opponent's back is towards you. Now, from here, as soon as we block, we're going to maintain the same height. We're going to come up with the left hand to check. Check in front of us now. It could be either a positional check or you could be striking to the body. Now, from here, we're going to go with the right kick with the instep. From behind of the opponent, we're going to go right, kick in between the legs to the groin. And then right from here, we're going to plant with that right leg into a right front twist stance. And then from this position, we're going to shoot a left side kick to the back of the opponent's left knee. And then from here, we're going to cross out. I'm sorry, that's going to be to the back of his right knee. And then you cross out and away towards 4 o'clock, ending up facing 10 o'clock. Let's take this from top again. So here comes the left kick. We're going to block it as we drop to 4 o'clock. Come up with a check, kick from behind to the groin, drop with the right leg into a right front twist stance, side kick back of the knee, and cross out. Okay, Master, come up, please. Okay. First of all, I want you to remember, if I take his leg, if he's throwing a kick at me, and I take his leg and I block it and push it out of the way, what's going to come back into me? The back knuckle. It's a natural movement. Okay? Even if he's not a trained individual, if you throw a kick at me and I block it out, that's probably the next move that he just likes to throw his arm around. So that's why when we block here, right away you're going to come out with the check. Whether it's going to be checking his arm as he spins when we're kicking it, or when we block the kick, right away we're going to check the upper body. So if we check the shoulder, even if he was to throw that, you're going to cancel. Okay, now let's take this from top again. So he shoots the kick, we block it, and come up with the check as we catch him to the groin from behind. From this position, we're going to drop into a right twist stance, and we're going to buckle the branch. Take his knee and cross out. Okay, let's try this again. So he throws the kick, step off, block, kick, check, twist stance, take the knee, and cross out. Okay, let's take this from this side. Okay. Block the left kick, kick to the groin, twist stance, and take the knee. Okay. One more time. Go block, kick, and take the knee. And you do a cross out. Let's take this a little bit faster. Yes, sir! And try again. Yes, sir! Okay, take it from different side. Kick. Yes, sir. And try again. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next technique is called scraping hoof. This is for a full Nelson, meaning like they don't have the full Nelson on you in a locking position. They're attempting to put a full Nelson on you. Now, if you're standing naturally, which is also could be called a narrow horse stance, what you like to do from this position is to close your left leg a little bit, and by doing that, you want to straighten up your body, locking the knees like you like to stand up straight. Just straighten up the body, and at the same time, as you do this, you're going to hit him with the back of your head. You're going to catch his face behind you. Now, at the same time, what you want to do, you want to shoot your punches straight down and towards your center line in front of you. So you're going to be able to lock his arms underneath your arms. So what we're going to do is we're going to close the left, straighten up the body, hit him with the back of our head, and shoot the punches straight down to our center line. Now, at the same time that we do this, the right hand, the right leg is going to be kicking with the heel. We're going to catch inside his left knee, and then from this position, as we catch inside his left knee, we're going to kick inside his right, and we're going to scrape the shin down, and we could be stumping his foot also. Now, as soon as we stump the shin, scrape the shin, the left leg is going to be kicking inside his right knee, and then we're going to go to the left knee, inside the left knee, scrape the shin down. Okay, let's take this from top. So from this position, we're going to close the left, straighten up the body, hit with the back of our head, punch down towards our center line to pin his arms underneath our arms, and we're going to kick him with the right leg inside the left and inside the right, scrape the shin with the left, catching inside the right, inside the left, and scrape down. Okay. Now, Master, come up, please. For the attempting full Nelson here. Now, again, I said that he's not in a locking position. His arms are coming up to put a full Nelson on you. Now, we're going to close the left and hit them with the back of our head. We could turn around from this angle. So as we straighten up the body, we're going to hit him this way. Now, at the same time that we straighten up the body, we want to punch down to pin his arms. Okay? Now, the way you're doing these kicks, spread your legs apart a little bit. Okay? You're not going to be doing it this way. It's coming up like this, catching with the back of the heel. Now, in order to watch your control, catching the knee instead of back of the heel, you might want to just use the bottom of your foot, so we're not going to hurt each other. Okay? So when we straighten up, we're going to kick 1, 2, and scrape down. As we scrape down this side, we're going to kick with the left. 1, 2, and scrape down. All right, let's take this again. So we go 1, 2, 3, scrape down, 4, 5, and scrape down. Now, let's do this a little bit faster. And the other side. Yes, sir. And try it again. Yes, sir. Try it again. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next technique is called grip of death. The attack on this one is your opponent jumping in from behind and putting you in a headlock, and he's ending up in front of you. So now, the first stance we're going to drop into is going to be a right close kneel. Now, as the opponent jumps on, ends up in front of you, and he's got a headlock, we're going to step with the right leg. We're going to sink forward, drop the weight, and at the same time, we're going to strike him with our left knee. We're going to strike back of his right knee, either back of it or to the side of it, to check his height zone and also take the pressure off the choke. So as we sink into a right close kneel, at the same time, our right hand is going to be doing a hammer fist to the groin, and at the same time, the left hand is doing a hammer fist to the kidney. It's going to be his left kidney. So we're going to sink with the right leg into a right close kneel, hammer fist to the groin, and hammer fist to the kidney. Right from this position, we're going to grab his hair, or we're going to come around underneath his nose and control his face here. If we're grabbing the hair, we're going to pull, and we're going to anchor the elbow. So we're going to check his upper body right in place. We're just pulling his head back. So from the double hammer fist, grab, anchor the elbow, pull his head back. Then we're going to pivot in place, dropping into a left forward bow, and we're going to be facing 7 o'clock as we shoot a right heel palm to his face. Let's take this from top. So we're stepping towards 12 into a right close kneel, double hammer fist with the right hand to the groin. With the left hand, we're going to catch the left kidney. Grab the hair, anchor the elbow, pull him as we pivot in place, and we're going to do a right heel palm to the face. Come up, Master. Okay. Now, he's going to jump from behind, put me in a headlock, end up in front of me. I'm going to step and strike with that left closed knee. And at the same time, this strike is going to be back of his knee or to the side of his knee to check his height zone. Now, from here, I'm going to do a right hammer fist to the groin. At the same time, I'm going to left hammer fist him to the kidney. I'm going to bring him around a little bit so you see what I'm talking about. From here, catching the kidney. Hammer fist groin, hammer fist kidney. Okay, now let's take it from this side again. Jumps, put a headlock on you. Step, strike, grab the hair, pull. As you pull, anchor the elbow. And you pull, and you're going to pivot, finish him with the heel palm. Okay, let's take this again. I'd like to show you the way I'm anchoring that. From this position, when I strike, when you grab the hair, you're going to drop the elbow right on the spine. So you're going to check. So you're not pulling his whole body back. You're just going to anchor the elbow and pull his head back. Keep him in place for the heel palm strike. Now let's take it from this angle one more time. So it comes in, we go 1, grab, 2, heel palm. Okay, now let's take it from this side. Okay, let's do this just a bit faster. Try again. Next technique we're going to work on is called crossing talon. The attack is the opponent is standing squared off in front of us, and it's going to be a cross wrist grab. His right hand is going to be grabbing my right wrist. So now, from here, with him being at 12 o'clock, I'm going to step with my left leg towards 1 o'clock, going into a left neutral bow. Now, at the same time, I can, with my left hand, I'm going to pin his hand that's grabbing my right wrist, and with my right hand, I'm going to go clockwise and counter grab his wrist. Now, at the same time that I do this, I'm going to step forward towards 1 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock, into a left neutral bow, and I'm going to use my left inward block, left forearm, to strike at his elbow to control him and bring him down, make him lean forward. Now, when you want to do this, you want to make sure that this gap between your arm and your body is closed. So as I step forward, you see how I close this gap? That's when I start to counter. Because now what you're going to do is, what you're doing by this move is that you're working against his wrist. It's not going to be only your wrist against his wrist that's got to do the countering. Using your whole body. So now his wrist is going to deal with your whole body. So it's going to be in your favor to make that counter grab this way and control him down. Now, as you bring him down here, you're going to turn his wrist and pull up, bring him into you at the same time that we control him down. Now, from this position, we're going to shoot a left outward elbow to the right side of his face. And then we're going to drop the left hand, the claw, to his face. Now, as we rip the face with the claw, we're going to right our elbow on his back to check him and keep him down, to stop him from coming up. Now, from this move, as soon as we come up to check his back, we're going to go up and around, come with a left overhead inward elbow to his spine. And then we're going to drop the left heel palm back of his head and shoot a right knee to his face. And we plant back. Let's take this from top. Pin, step forward towards 1 o'clock, counter grab, control him down, outward elbow side of the face, drop the claw. As we rip the face, right the elbow on the back, go up and around with the elbow to the spine, and then drop the heel palm and shoot the right knee to his face. Now, what I meant is, if he was grabbing me hard, okay, and I'm just trying to counter it this way, now, maybe I'd be able to do it, or maybe I'd be able to surprise him, because as soon as he makes the grab, boom, counter right away, and that's what you want to do. You really don't want him to lock onto your wrist and start pushing hard, and then you start your technique. But at the same time, you like to close this gap. So when you counter as you step, now hold on tight. It's going to make it a lot easier for me to come around, just because I'm using my upper body. Now, I'm going to pin here. As I pin and I step, I'm going to counter and control him down. Now, make sure that this position, you don't want to, again, leave an open gap here. You want to really get on top of him, get into his body, and control him, put the pressure on the elbow. Now, from this position, we're going to do an elbow, side of his face. As we strike with the elbow, we're going to drop the claw. Now, as we rip, we're going to right the elbow on his back. See, if I just do this, it's going to bring him up. So I want to rip the face with the claw, and at the same time, keep him down. And then I'm going to go up and around, come with another elbow to his spine, drop the heel palm back of the head, and then I'm going to catch him with the knee to the face. Okay, and one more time. Pin, counter, bring him down, elbow, claw, rip, and ride it. Go up and around, drop the heel palm, and shoot the knee. Let's take this from a different angle. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! And one more time. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yeah! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yeah! Yes, yes, yeah. Next technique we're working on is called repeating mace. Now, this is for a left hand direct push, pushing your center line with your opponent standing in front of you. Now, what you want to do is take your left leg, step off, and go up the circle, So if I'm facing 12 o'clock, my opponent is 12 o'clock with my left leg, I'm going to drop towards 5 o'clock. Now, at the same time that I'm dropping to 5 o'clock, being in a right forward bow, facing 10, 11 o'clock, my left hand is going to come around and hook around. This is like a check-in block, waiter's block, going right on top of his arm. So now, as he pushes, I'm going to step up the circle with the left leg and let my left hand go right on top of his arm. Now, from this position, I'm going to unwind. As I unwind, I'm going to hook it on top of his arm, control his wrist, and at the same time, my right hand middle knuckle is going to strike and catch his kidney or the ribs. And it's kind of like going to whip right through. So what we're going to do is step off, catch the push, and catch him to the ribs or the kidney as we unwind into a neutral bow. Now, from here, when we strike in, we're going to strike back to the ribs with the right outward back knuckle. And then from here, with the right leg, we're going to roundhouse kick to the calf muscle. And this kick is going to be shooting downward towards the ground. We want to guide him down. So from here, we're going to throw the roundhouse kick to the calf muscle, back this way, and then we're crossing out. Now, let's take this again. From here, we're going to step off, clear, and unwind, catch the ribs or kidney, catch the ribs on the way back, and we're going to roundhouse kick down to the calf muscle. Come on, Masood. Okay, put your feet together. Now, right from here, he comes with the push. So I'm going to step off. As I step off with my left, my left hand is going to come out, around, and check. Now, from this position, I'm going to unwind and catch that kidney. From here, I'm going to back knuckle and then roundhouse kick to the calf muscle down this way. All right, one more time. You push it, step off, clear it. As I catch here with the middle knuckle back to the ribs and guide them down. Okay. Now, let's take this a little bit faster. It's there! It's there! It's there! It's there! Next technique is called shielding hammer. This is designed for a left step through straight or a hooking punch, roundhouse punch. Now, from feet together, we're going to step off with our left leg towards 7, 7:30, even if it's necessary towards 8 o'clock, to just get away from the punch. Now, at the same time, your right hand is going to come up and doing right extended outward, catch inside the punch, as your left hand sinks into a positional check in front of your center line. So, put the feet together. We're going to step back with the left leg into a right neutral bow as we check and do a right extended outward block. Now, from this position, we're going to hammer fist cross the face. We're going to catch him to the jaw, to the chin, or bridge of the nose. And right from this position, as we shoot the right hammer fist, as soon as your hammer fist and your elbow, your forearm, passes his center line and strikes, then we're going to shuffle forward. We're going to push off our back leg as we shuffle forward, and we're going to clasp the elbow in and up. We're going to catch his center line right to the midsection. We're going to catch the nerves right here. Now, we're going to step back, do the right extended outward block, hammer fist him, cross the face, and from there we're going to clasp the elbow as we shuffle, and this elbow is going to shoot in and up a little bit. Now, so come up. Now, let's throw the left punch. We're going to step back as we check and we block. Now, right from here, we're going to catch him with the hammer fist, cross the face. Now, I'd like to show you this move from a side angle here. Let's say you're just in a horse stance, and we've cleared the punch out of the way, and we catch him with a hammer fist. As soon as my hammer fist passes his center line, I'm going to clasp the elbow in and up. So if we were blocking the punch from this position, and we catch the hammer fist, now as soon as this hits, Then we're going to shuffle, collapse that elbow right through. Okay, now let's take it from this angle. So we're going to drop back, block, hammer fist, shuffling, elbow. And one more time. Drop back, block, hammer fist, shuffling, elbow. Okay, now, one other thing I'd like to talk to you guys about it is you don't want to drop back in a straight line. And there's a couple of reasons. You like to be able to give it an angle to this punch, to the attack, and break it off. You don't want to continue dropping back. Also, when you step off, it gives you a better selection of targets. When you're here, you pretty much have this part of his body in reach. When you step off, you pretty much could deal with the whole thing and strike anywhere you like. Now, let's take this a little bit faster. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Next technique we're going to go over is called striking serpent's head. Now, this technique is designed for a bear hug from front with your arms free. Or it could be for an attempting bear hug. You like to move when his arms are coming at you to grab. Now, as the arms come up to grab you, you're going to drop back with your right leg into your left fighting stance, and you're going to sink your weight down. So in case he makes the grab and his arms are around you, you want him to feel your weight dropping right on top of his arms. Now, at the same time that you drop back with your right leg, you like to circle your left hand right around the back of his head. You're going to catch him to the center line, right back here, back of the head, or we're going to catch the mastoid right behind the ear. Now, we're going to drop back and shoot this left looping back knuckle, back of his head. Then we're going to grab the hair. As we grab the hair, we're going to anchor the elbow. We're going to drop this on top of his shoulder to check his height zone and keep his upper body in place as we move the head back and pull it back. Now, from this position, we're going to drop into a left forward go as we shoot a right half fist to the throat, striking to the throat. Okay. Let's take this. We're going to drop back, hit him back of the head, grab the hair, anchor the elbow on top of the shoulder, and pull the head back as we keep the upper body in the same place pretty much. And we're going to shoot a half fist to the throat as we drop into a left forward bow. That's a thrusting half fist. Okay. Master, come up, please. Okay. Now, we could, again, like I said, if he's doing an attempting grab, we could sink back and do this technique. Now, if he's got you in a holding position on a bear hug, now when you drop back, you want him to feel your weight dropping. And at the same time, you're going to come up, strike back of the head. Then when you grab the head, you're going to anchor that elbow, either on his back or on his shoulder. Want to control him, keep him in place as we pull the head back. That's where we shoot the half fist to the throat, and we're going to sink into a forward bow, and we're going to go right through. As we strike, we're going to crush the Adam's apple right there. Okay, let's take this again. So you come at you, sink back, strike, pull, and check it. And half fist to the throat. And from the other side. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Next technique is called locked wing. This is for your right hand being in a hammer lock position, in a locked position. And your opponent is behind you. Now, the first move, we're going to step back with the left leg into a right neutral bow, facing 12 o'clock. Or if you're going to turn and look at our opponent, we're in a like a left neutral bow, facing at 6 o'clock. Now, from this position, as we make that first step with the left leg dropping back, we're going to grab the opponent's wrist behind us. So if I step back, we're going to grab the wrist right then as we step back. So now we're going to drop back, grab his wrist, control him, and we're going to do a left outward elbow strike to the face. Now that's going to push his head back, but since we're holding on to his wrist behind us, it's going to stretch his arm, and that's what we want, that arm straight. So after we shoot the claw to the face, from the elbow we go to a claw, stretch his head all the way back. Now we're going to go around that arm that's straight, and we're going to sink into a right forward bow facing 11 o'clock, and we're going to snap his elbow. We're going to break the elbow, his right elbow, and we're going to dislocate the right shoulder. Now from this position, as he starts to come forward from this strike, we're going to step back with our right leg into a left neutral bow, and we're going to bring him over also in front of us. Now from here, we're going to shoot a double heel palm to his back, and we're going to strike with the knee. Now we have two options. We could either strike with the knee and plant back, or we could strike with the knee and plant forward and push him off. Okay, let's take this from the top. We're going to step back, grab the wrist, elbow, claw to the face, break the arm, bring him over, step back, and bring him around. Now from this position, we're going to double heel palm, knee and plant back, or knee and push off. Okay, let's take this from the top. Master, come up, please. Okay, now, you could be going into a hammer lock. It could be off of a handshake that they turn your hand behind you. It could be from the side. The guy comes from the side, put a hammer lock on you. Or actually, they're coming from behind you and put you in a hammer lock. Okay, it could be also from if your opponent twists you around and put a hammer lock on you. So now, let's say we're in this position. Okay. As we step back, grab the wrist and shoot the elbow. As we strike with the elbow, we're going to claw to the face. Now, the arm goes straight. As the arm goes straight, we're going to sink into a forward bow and shoot and break here. Now, that's going to start him to come forward. Now, as we do this with the front leg, with our right leg, we're going to step back to bring him around and over. Then we're going to double heel palm, and we could shoot a knee. The knee could go to the face, or it could go to the chest. Knee, plant back, or we could knee and push him off. Okay, let's take this again. I'd like to show you something here. If he's behind me, from this position, if he's holding on tight, it may be a little bit hard for me to grab the wrist. But as I start to step back and my upper body turns, I'll show it from this angle. As my upper body turns, now it becomes a lot easier to grab that wrist. And you got to do that because when you strike with the elbow and the claw and you stretch him, you still want to hold on to him so it could go around and break the arm. Okay, let's take it from this angle. We're going to step back, grab the wrist, outward elbow, claw, break the arm, bring him around. As we step back, shoot a knee. And one more time. Drop back. 1, 2, 3. Bring him around. 4. And shoot the knee. Okay, now let's speed up a little bit. Stay right there. That's it! And try it again. That's it! Yes, sir. Let's take it from this way. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And try it again. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Next technique is called obscure wing. This is for your opponent with the left hand grabbing your right shoulder, and he's been behind you and towards the side here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to pin his hand. As we pin the hand, we're going to turn the head so we could see him from the corner of the eye, and the right leg stepping is going to guide us for the next strike, which is going to be a right back elbow to the midsection. So now, as we pin his hand, we're going to step in front of him, and we're going to give him a right back elbow to the midsection. Now, right from here, we're going to drop the hammer fist to the groin, from the back elbow, hammer fist to the groin, and then we could let go of the check and shoot this hand down so we could use opposite forces and shoot that obscure elbow up to his face, okay, or underneath the chin. Let's try that one more time. We're going to pin the hand, we're going to sink in front of him, hit him with the back elbow to the midsection. From here, drop the hammer fist to the groin, and then we're going to do a right obscure elbow underneath his chin as our left hand drops as a check to use the opposite force right here. Okay, now let's take this from a different angle. From here, we're going to step back to the side, okay, and do a right back elbow, hammer fist to the groin. Then from here, we're going to obscure elbow up to the face, okay. Master, come up, please. Okay, stand on this side. Now, one thing I want you to do is make sure you're striking from point of origin, meaning when we sink in front of him, we're not going to sink and go one and then two here, okay? As we sink, imagine you got a piece of rope connected to the back of your elbow that's going to go through his midsection, and somebody's pulling it from his back. So what you're going to do, you're not going to go 1, 2. As you sink, the elbow is just going to collapse into him, okay, right away. So we're going to check that hand, sink, shoot that elbow to the midsection, drop the hammer fist to the groin. Again, we're going to shoot from a point of origin, meaning when we hit him with the back elbow, come back up here. When we hit him with the back elbow, the hand is not going to come out and then strike. We're going to do the back elbow, then we're just going to drop the hammer fist to the groin, and we're going to ride his body coming up with the obscure elbow. Okay, let's take this one more time from this angle. We're going to pin, sink, back elbow, hammer fist, and elbow coming up. Let's take it from a different angle. Now, you're going to come up, pin. We're going to check, back elbow, hammer fist, and obscure. Now, let's do this faster. Yes, sir! Yeah, one more time. Yes, sir! Okay, take it from this angle. Yes, sir! Okay, and try it again. Yes, sir! And try it again. Yes, sir! And try it again. Yes, sir! Next technique is called reversing mace. This is for a step-through left punch coming at you. Now, we could start this technique two ways. We could be with feet together from a tension stance. So our first step is going to be left leg back into a right neutral bow. Now, if we start this technique with the right neutral bow, when we deal with the left punch coming in, we're just going to go up the circle with the left leg, stepping towards 5 o'clock, ending up facing 10 o'clock. Now, let's say we started from a fighting stance, being in a right neutral bow. Now, as you step off with your left leg, your right hand is going to inward parry the punch outside of the left punch. As you start your circle, you're going to finish that circle with the right back knuckle to the ribs. Now, as we step off and we catch the left punch, we're going to come on top of it with the left hand and from outside of our right hand. As we waiter's block and we check on top of the punch as we complete the circle with the right hand and outward back knuckle to the ribs. And from here, we're going to roundhouse kick to the calf muscle and drive him down to the ground. One more time. Step up the circle, inward parry, outward check on top of the punch, right outward back knuckle to the ribs, and we're going to shoot that roundhouse kick downward to the calf muscle. Just take it from a different angle. From here, we're going to go up the circle, check the punch, go on top of it, check it, back knuckle to the ribs, and kick to the calf muscle. And one more time, step off. 1, 2, 3, and kick 4. Okay, come up, Master. Now, left leg back. When he shoots the left punch, we're going to inward parry. As we inward parry, we're going to come up and check right on top. We've got to make sure the elbow is this way, not here that the punch could slip underneath. So we want to keep the elbow down here and hook on top of it with the waiter's block. Okay? So I'm going to go 1, 2, right on top, and drop the hammer fist. So right hand is just completing the circle. 1, 2, 3. Then we go to the kick. And one more time. We go 1, 2, and 3. Let's take this from a different angle. Okay. So I'm just going to take this one from feet together. So we step back with the left, check. As we check, come on top and back knuckle. And we're going to check the arm as we kick to the calf muscle. One more time. So we're going 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's take it from that angle. Now we're going to do it a little bit faster. And from the other side. Next technique is called thrusting prongs. This is for a bear hug from front with your arms pinned also. Now, the first move that we're going to make is right leg going back. Now, as the right leg steps back, we're going to make your fist and put your thumbs right on top. Now, we're going to use this part to strike right above the groin and push down. So we're going to strike down this way and push down. Now, what's going to do to the opponent when it's getting strike, it's going to push him back and away from you, make him maybe loosen up a little bit on the bear hug. So we're going to step back with the right leg. Now we're in a left neutral bow. Your upper body could be turned and squared off, so your upper body could be in a forward bow. So as we drop back, 1. Now right from here, the left hand is going to hook around his arm. As it hooks around, it's going to turn his body and check his width, and also it's going to check the height because we're going to hook it over and on top to put some weight on the legs. And the right hand is going to check inside his left. Now from here, we're going to shoot a straight knee to the groin. As we shoot the knee to the groin with the right leg, with the right knee, then we're going to do a kick, a side kick, right side kick inside his left knee. So we're going 1, 2. As we plant, we're going to shoot the right inward elbow catching left side of his face. Take this from top. So we're going to step back. 1. We're going to hook around his arm, check inside his left knee, kick, plant forward, and elbow. And one more time, we're going to drop back. 1, hook around. 2, check inside the left knee, kick, and elbow. Let's take this from a different angle. So one more time, we're going to drop, hook on top, check, kick, and strike. Elbow. We're trying to drop back. 1, hook, knee, side kick, and elbow. Master, come up, please. Okay. Front bear hug, arms pinned. And we're going to sink back, strike. Now, we're going to hook around. As I hook around, I'm going to also hook over, so to put some weight on the legs. Now, this hand, the right hand is going to check and say, in case he's going to swing with the left hand. But left hand's got to be checked because we're putting pressure on the elbow. Now, I'm going to shoot a right knee to the midsection or to the groin. Now, from here, as I bring him up a little bit, I'm going to check his width by taking that knee, and then I'm going to step through and shoot the elbow side of the face. So I'm going to do this one more time. Drop back. 1, hook, 2, knee, kick, and elbow. Let's take it from a different angle. Gonna drop back. One, hook around, knee, kick, and elbow. Ready again. Going one, hook, check, knee, kick, and elbow. We're going to take this a little bit faster now. Inside! Inside! Okay, take it from the other side. Inside! And one more time. Inside! Next technique is called twisted twig. This could be off of a handshake or a wrist grab that you go in a wrist lock. It puts you in a wrist lock. Now, before they start to complete their circles more into your body to put more pressure on the wrist, you're going to check the hands. You're going to check his hand, check his right hand with your left, and you're going to step through with your right leg, but you're going to kind of cross a step. So you like to go inside his right knee and buckle it. At the same time that you step forward with the right leg, your left hand is checking his right hand down, and your right hand is going to come up and do a right upward elbow to his chin, underneath his chin. Now, when you shoot this upward elbow, you're going to keep going in a circle. As you do the right upward elbow, you're going to complete your circle coming down and you do a right outward elbow strike to the midsection. And you're in a neutral bow. Now, from this position, you're going to drop into your right reverse bow as you drop the hammer fist, right hammer fist to the groin. Now, let's take this from top. From here, we're going to check the hand. We're going to step in to his knee, inside his right knee. We're going to come out with the right upward elbow and keep it going in a circle. Complete the circle as we strike with the outward elbow to the midsection. And then we're going to drop the hammer fist to the groin as we go to a right reverse bow. Let's take this from a different angle. So from here, we're going to check the hand, go up and around and down with the hammer fist. Going to a reverse bow. One more time. I'm going to check upward elbow up and around and hammer fist down. Okay. Come up, Master. Good. Now, from a wrist lock. Now, as soon as you go into a wrist lock, you want to check his hand, and you're going to step into his knee, and you're going to buckle it. I'm going to just take it from this angle. Okay. What you're doing is, when you're stepping forward and into that knee. So you buckle it from the side. And when I say check his hand, as you step in, your left hand is going to check his hand, is going to push it to his body as we step, and the right hand is going to come up and elbow. And we're going to complete the circle, coming down to the midsection, and we're going to drop into a reverse bow as we catch him with the hammer fist to the groin. Let's take it again from this angle. Wrist lock, check, step in. You want to go right through him and keep pushing through him and hammer fist to the groin. Okay? Now let's take it from this angle. So we go up and into him and down and into him and hammer fist to the groin. Okay? Now let's take this a little bit faster now. Yes, sir! Okay, again. Yes, sir! This angle. Yes, sir! And again. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Now this technique is called obscure sword. We had another orange belt technique that was called obscure wing. That was designed for a shoulder grab and the opponent could be pulling you into him. Now this technique, obscure sword, is also for a shoulder grab from behind, but it could be a shoulder grab and a push also. So now what we're going to do, when he's pushing with a stiff arm and grabbing the shoulder, we're going to pin his hand, we're going to take that push and step forward, and we're going to pull him with us. Now from here, the right hand is positioned in front of your center line with the palm of the hand facing up. From this position, as we pull him into us, then we're going to turn and we shoot a right outward hand sword to the throat. Now we're facing a right neutral bow facing our opponent. And it could be like 5 o'clock. Now from here, we're going to shoot a left front ball kick to the midsection, either to the groin or to the stomach. And we're going to plant back. Let's take this again. Now he's going to grab and push. We're going to pin his hand. We're going to take him with us, and we're going to pull him. We're going to pull him to disturb his balance also and to check his right hand. Now from here, we're going to turn and pivot in place and shoot a right outward hand sword to the throat, and then we're going to follow with a kick to the midsection. Okay? Now let's take this from a different angle. From here, pin the hand. We're going to step forward, pull, as we bring the right hand up here in front of us, and we're going to pivot, turn, shoot a right outward hand sword, and follow with a kick. One more time. Pin, pull, turn around. Hand sword, outward, and kick to the midsection. Okay. Master, come up, please. Okay, let's take it from this side. So now, when he grabs, he's also pushing. So I'm going to take his hand, and I'm going to pull him. Boy, grab me on top. Okay, pull him with me. Now, from this position, I'm going to turn around and shoot an outward hand sword to the throat. This is going to push him back a little bit, and then I'm going to follow through with a kick to the midsection. Okay, one more time. I'm going to pull, turn around, outward hand sword, and a kick. Let's take it from this side. Bring it 1, turn around, 2, follow with the kick, and 3. Okay, now, let's take this a little bit faster. Yes, sir. And try it again. Yes, sir. Okay, now let's take it from a different angle. Yes, sir. And try it again. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next technique is called raining claw. This is designed for a right uppercut coming to your midsection. So now what we're going to do, we're going to step back with the left leg into a right neutral bow. We're facing 12 o'clock. Now your right hand is going to do like an inward, downward block, catching the uppercut. Now, what your right hand does, as you strike and catch that uppercut, you're going to continue clearing it, and you're going to come up with the back knuckle to the face. Now, as we step back and we catch the uppercut, right here we're going to turn the upper body and catch him with the left claw. This claw is going to hit bridge of the nose, and then you're going to tear it down with your fingers. Turn the face, and he's going to come down, check his arm as we turn the upper body counterclockwise to shoot the right outward back knuckle side of the face. Let's take this from the top. I'm going to drop back, block, claw, and back knuckle. So we take it from this side. We're dropping back into a right neutral bow, blocking, going into a right forward bow, claw, and back knuckle side of the face. And we're going to end up in a right neutral bow again. So it's neutral, forward, and neutral. Okay, come up, Masood. He's coming with the uppercut. We're going to step back, block here. As we block, we don't want to strike one point. We like to clear this area. coming all the way down, and then complete the circle with the back knuckle. Now, as we clear the arm, we're going to claw and hit him bridge of the nose, and we're going to tear down with the fingers and check the arm as we're going to come up and back knuckle side of the face. Okay, let's do this one more time. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's take it from the other side. Go 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you had your opponent coming at you fast, that you didn't want to just drop back, you'd rather shuffle back a little bit to pick up more distance to get out of the way. So we could use the shuffle also when it comes in as we block and check this. Now we're going to claw on top. If we shuffle back too far out of the way, we could always shuffle back in for the claw as we come up with the back knuckle side of the face. Okay. Now, it could be a back knuckle this way, or you could come on top. Or it could also be a vertical punch coming to catch him underneath the chin or to the face. Now, we're going to take this a little bit faster. Yes, sir! Okay, one more time. Yes, sir! Okay, let's take it from the other side. When I want, yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Next technique is called crashing wings. And this is designed for a bear hug from behind, arms free. Now, what we're going to do is, the first step, your right leg is going to step back, step to the side. We're going towards 3 o'clock as we go to a horse stance. Now, at the same time that you step to the side, you could be stepping just a little bit back also, so you want to keep contact with his upper body and maybe let him feel a little bit of a drop back also. Now, at the same time, we drop to the side. We're going to drop both elbows on top of his forearms. You might be able to catch a nerve on top of his forearm also. So we're going to sink to the side, let our body weight drop as we drop the elbows on top of his forearms. Now, from here, we're going to drag the left leg into a cat stance, and we're going to let our left leg go around him. So if I was to look this way, turn around, face him, I'll be in a left reverse bow. But if I'm facing the 132 o'clock, I'll be in a right forward bow. Now, what you got to make sure that anytime you get around your opponent, you got to make sure that your heel is going back behind him. From here, we're going to stay back of his right knee and check it with our left. And then we're going to shoot a left outward elbow strike to the face. And from that reverse bow, we're going to sink into a neutral bow or a horse stance when we shoot the outward elbow to the face. Now, as we strike to the face and we drop the elbow down, on his way down, we're going to hammer fist him to the groin. It's going to be a right hammer fist to the groin. Let's do this again. We're going to sink to the side. We're going to get around him with our heel. We're going to elbow strike to the face and pivot into a forward bow, hammer fist to the groin. Let's take this from a different angle. From here, we're going to sink to the side, get around him. We're going to turn with the outward elbow, and we're going to hammer fist to the groin. And one more time. Drop, get around, elbow, and hammer fist. Okay. Come up, Master. Okay, let's take it from top. Let's move up just a bit. Okay. From here, I'm going to sink to the side. Sink to the side and a little bit back. Let him feel my body weight dropping. Now, from here, I'm going to get around him. As I get around, I'm going to check this leg, check his right knee. And from here, I'm keeping his arm pinned. And I'm going to pivot in place and elbow strike to the face. Now, on his way down, I'm going to hammer fist him to the groin. Let's take it again. I'm going to sink to the side. I'm going to get around him, elbow strike, and hammer fist to the groin. Let's take it from this angle. Sink to the side, get around, elbow, and hammer fist. Okay, and one more time. Now, one thing I'd like to show you here, go to your horse stance. If you get around him, you got to make sure the heel is going around him. Because if you start leading with your toe and your toe gets stuck, then you're going to lose your balance, you're going to hurt yourself.
Now, if I get around them with the heel, if I clear it, fine. If not, I could use the heel and bust the ankle here. If not, I'm just going to go inside and buckle his knee. So you want to make sure that you're leading with your heel. Now, let's take it from this angle, sinking to the side, get around, elbow, and hammer fist. Okay, now let's do this technique a little bit faster. Come up, and one more time. Let's take it from this side. And one more time. Yes, sir. 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 We're going to go over long form 1. Long form 1 is a combination of short form 1 that's done in two different ways. Like the first part of long form 1, we're doing short form 1, and after each block, we're going to drop into a forward block and throw a reverse punch. And then the second part of the form is we're doing short form 1, but instead of doing 1 block, we're doing 3 blocks, and then we're going to have the ending of the form. Now, just like your short form 1, in this form, we're still dropping away from the opponent to do the blocks and the strikes. And also, the only directions that we're working is the 90-degree directions, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 and 3 o'clock. All right. You already know your salutation, and we know how we indicate our forms. This is long form 1, right side, and then you indicate it for left side. You're going to learn and work on both sides of this form, both the right side and the left side. Now we're going to go over the right side of the form. Okay, we indicate our form, and you know your salutation. From here, we're going to step back, pull back, and open to the side, left or right, praying position, and we're going to go into a meditating horse, and we're going to start the form right from here. Okay, from your meditating horse stance, facing 12 o'clock, we're going to drop back into a right neutral bow as we do a right inward block. Now from here, we're going to drop into a forward bow and shoot a left reverse punch, your right hand pulling to the side, and now you're in a right forward bow. Now from here, we're going to pull into a right cat stance. As we pull into a right cat stance, your right hand is going to come up and do a right inward block. And we're going to drop back with the right leg into a left neutral bow and do a left inward block. And from this position, we're going to drop into a left forward bow, shooting a right reverse punch. Now, make sure your punch is going to be your shoulder height and right in front of your center line, and these are straight punches, straight horizontal punches. Sink into your stance and show your forward bow. Now, from here, we're going to step up with the right leg up. As we face 9 o'clock, we're going to do a right inward with a left outward block. Being in a left neutral bow, we're going to drop into a left neutral bow, shoot a right reverse punch. Now, from here, we're going to step through reverse with our left leg and do a right vertical outward block. We're still facing 9 o'clock. And we're going to drop into a right forward bow, shoot a left reverse punch. Now, the next part of the technique, we're going to go over 3 different stances. From 9 o'clock, as we cover with our right leg to face our opponent that's coming from 3 o'clock, as I step over, I'm stepping over and I'm looking at 3 o'clock and I'm doing a left outward elbow strike, but my stance is the right neutral bow facing 8 o'clock. So again, we're going to take it from here, being in a right forward bow, facing 9. We're going to cover, step over. My stance is going to be a neutral bow towards 8 o'clock, but I'm looking and doing a left outward elbow strike towards 3 o'clock. Now from here, from this neutral bow facing 8, I'm going to pivot into a left neutral bow facing 3, and right from here, I'm going to do a left upward block. Then I'm going to drop into a left forward bow and shoot my right reverse punch. Now, from here, we're going to step back, step through reverse with the left leg, do a right upward block, drop into a right forward bow, and shoot a left reverse punch. Okay, now, from here, we're going to step with our right leg towards 6 o'clock. And we're going to do a right downward block, facing 6 o'clock, and we're going to follow with the left reverse punch. Make sure you're hitting your stances. Now we're in a right forward bow. And from here, we're going to drop back, doing a left downward block, and we're going to drop into a left forward bow, shooting a right reverse punch. Now, from here, we're going to start doing the combination of blocks. It's just like we're doing short form 1, but instead of 1 block, we're going to do 3 blocks. Now, from a forward bow, when we pivot into the neutral bow, remember, on the second set of each block, okay, I'm just going to show it to you from this angle. When you're fighting stance, and you're doing 3 blocks instead of one inward block, we're going to do 3 inward blocks. Now, when we do the first inward block, right when we go to shoot the second one, the upper body is going to turn, just your upper body is going to go to a forward bow. We're still going to maintain the neutral bow in our stance. The upper body is going to turn for the second block, and then we shoot the third one, sinking back into a full neutral bow. Same thing as if we were doing an outward. Turn the upper body in the second block, square off the shoulder, and then go back to a full neutral. Same thing with your upward. We're going to turn the upper body on the second block and to the third one. And we do this with a downward block also. 1, turn upper body, 2, and then for the third one, we go to a full neutral. Okay. So now we worked it up to this point where we did the last downward block and a forward bow, reverse punch. Now, I'm going to start our blocks here. 1, turn the upper body, 2, and 3. Drop back another set. 1, turn upper body, 2, and 3. We're going to take the back leg, step up as we do the inward block, but we're going to start counting our outwards. 1, 2, turn the upper body, and 3. And drop back. 1, turn upper body, 2, and 3. Now we're going to take the front leg, step over from 9 o'clock. We're going to cover facing 3 o'clock. Right upward, being in a right neutral, turn upper body for the second block, and back to a full neutral. Drop back. 1, turn, 2, and 3. Again, we're going to take the back leg, step out, away, facing 12 o'clock. We're going to go to a downward block. 1, turn upper body, 2, and 3. Drop back. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to finish the form. We're going to step up with the left leg into a horse stance. But as I step up to a horse stance, I'm going to pull the right hand to the side, and I'm going to start with the left hand doing downward blocks with inside wrist, palm down. So from here, I'm going to step up, go 1, and 2, and 3. Now I'm going to do downward blocks, palm up with outside of the arm. Going 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to go with the heel palm strikes. 1, make sure the palm of the hand is facing away from you. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to go to a 2 straight punch in front of us. Then we're going to go to a 2 straight punch, striking 45-degree angle. 1 and 2, and you're not turning your upper body. Now for the next move, only your upper body is going to turn as you face the corners. 9 o'clock, right punch. 3 o'clock, left punch. Now we're going to come up with the right uppercut right underneath your chin. Got to be up and away, right underneath your chin. And 2. Then we'll go to a left hand over right fist, and we're done with the form. And you close.
Yes, sir. 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 Yes, sir.
Now make sure when you do the right side and you get comfortable with your right side, you're going to start practicing your left side also. The left side is the same form. It's just that our first block is going to be with the left hand being in a left neutral block. Okay, now I'm going to go over the applications of this form. Master, come up, please. Okay, let's say, stay right in front of me. Now, the first move, you're going to step in with the punch. We're going to drop away from him, block, and reverse punch. Now, you're going to come with the right punch. As he shoots the right punch, when I pull into cat, the one block, drop back, another block, and I'm going to drop to a forward bow and reverse punch. Now, he's throwing a punch from the side. I'm going to step away and do an inward, outward, drop to a forward bow, reverse punch. You're going to drop back. You're going to shoot a left. You're going to do an outward, vertical outward, go to a forward bow, and throw the reverse punch to the body. Now, he's behind me. As he's coming at me, I'm going to step up and shoot an elbow strike. And then I'm going to pivot. It comes with an overhead attack, block it, and then I'm going to drop into my forward bow, reverse punch. Now we're going to step back, drop, and do another upward block, and drop to a forward bow, and reverse punch. All right, now, from here, he's coming from 6 o'clock, and this time we're going to step into the kick and block it. Downward block and reverse punch. Now he's throwing a right kick. I'm going to step back, block the kick, and go to a forward bow and throw the punch here. Now from here, we're going to start the combination of the blocks, and we're going to do 3 instead of 1. 1, 2, and 3. Now the hooking punch coming, so we go. Start counting on your outward, even though you're going to shoot an inward block here. Okay, just to cover. Now we're going to start counting our outwards. 1, 2, and 3. Drop back. 1, 2, and 3. Now we get the overhead strike. We're going to cover. 1, 2, 3. Drop back. 1, 2, and 3. Now we've got the kicks coming from this side. We're going to step out and away. Block 1, 2, 3, and drop back. 1, 2, and 3. Now, when we come up to do these last downward blocks, okay, we said that for a downward block, put your leg up here. We could be blocking this way. We could be blocking with inside wrist. Okay, and we could also be blocking palm up. Okay, now you're going to see how I'm going to do this last part of it. From here, when I step up, I'm going to block with inside wrist, 1, 2, and 3. Then I'm going to block with palm up, 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to a straight heel palm strike to the body, 1, 2, 3. And we're going straight punches to the face, 12 o'clock. And then we're going 45 angle, 1, 2. Now I'm going to turn upper body and go 90-degree angle, 1, 2, and uppercuts. 1, 2, underneath the chin, left hand over right, and we're done with the form.
Yes, sir. 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 Yes, sir.
Now we're going to go over a kicking set. The reason the kicking set was designed is to get the individual to work some combinations. Now this is like you're doing a combination of 4 kicks, and let's say you're going on a square, and on each side of the square you're working 4 different combinations. Once you get comfortable with this set and you learn your kicks, and you'll be able to do it comfortably, each combination, then you could switch the kicks to work on, to make new combinations for yourself, and working with different stances. If you start one combination with the right leg back, then you could put your left leg back and do the same combination on that side. Now, we're going to take it from the top. I'm going to take you through kicking set one by one. We're going to take it from here. Now, again, we're going to be in an attention stance. We're going to open to the side, go into a meditating horse stance. Now, from a meditating horse stance, you're going to step back with your right leg into a left fighting stance. Now, this side that you do 4 kicks, you're going to be doing 4 kicks. Out of these 4 kicks, the first 3 is going to be with your right leg, and then you're going to finish with your left leg, doing a spinning rear. Let's take it from the top. The first kick is going to be a right front kick. Now, from here, when we plant forward, we're going to do a left front crossover, and we're going to throw a right knife edge. Now, from here, we're going to do a drag up right roundhouse kick. And as we plant, we're going to go into a left spinning rear kick. Now, from here, as you plant forward to the same direction that you were kicking, then you're going to drop back with your right leg. Now we're going to go this way on another side of the square. Now, on this side, all your 4 kicks are done with your right leg. The first one is going to be a right side kick. We're going to rotate the upper body, bring the hip around, throw on the right side kick. Then we're going to drag up front kick, and we're going to do a drag up roundhouse kick. Now we're going to plant and do a drag up rear kick. As we drag up and turn the hip, we're still looking at our opponent. We're going to shoot a rear kick or a back kick with the right leg. When I plant with the right leg, I'm going to step over and up with the left, facing this way. Now we're going to go on the third side of the square. Now, I'm going to go over this side one more time with you. One thing that I want you to do is, as you start your combination, I want you to look in straight all the way through. When you do your side kick, drag up front kick, drag up roundhouse kick, and also drag up rear kick. So we're going to keep looking straight, and then we're going to step up with the left. Now, for this side, we're going to be doing all the kicks with the left leg, starting with the left spinning rear. Plant, we're going to go to a drag up left roundhouse kick, and we're going to a drag up left front kick, and a drag up left side kick. We're going to plant forward, and we're going to go right leg back. Now we're going to finish the form. This is the last side of the square. From here, we're going to alternate the kicks. We're going to kick with the right leg, then with the left, back to the right, and finish with the left leg. The first kick is going to be a right front kick. Then you're going to go into a left roundhouse kick. And we're going to go into a spinning rear with the right leg. And when we plant forward, we're going to pivot, turn with the upper body, pivot on the front leg, and we're going to shoot a left side kick. Now, as you shoot your left side kick here, I want you to end up in your horse stance, facing front. That's the same place you started your set, into a meditating horse. Then you're going to close to a attention stance, bow, and you're done with your set.
Yes, sir. 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 Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'm going to take you guys through the applications of kicking set. Master, come up, please. Now, remember this. All these kicks, you could be striking in any targets that you like. Put your left leg back, fighting stance. Let's say if I'm throwing a right front kick, I could be practicing a low front kick, working the knee. Or could come up higher to the chest, or we could go up to the face, all right? Now, it's okay to practice your kicks as high as you can, because when you build up power behind a high kick and you bring the same kick lower, you're going to be able to get a lot more power out of it. But the way this system is designed, Kenpo, all the kicks that you're going to be doing is going to be below your waist level or below. And the reason is you'll be able to work your hands on top at the same time. Let's say if I'm throwing a high kick, I won't be able to use my hands on top. But if I'm throwing a kick down low, my hands could be checking and striking on top also. So now, let's go over the first combination. We're going to take it from this angle. I'm just going to go over the first side. Okay, from a meditating horse, how you go with your right leg back, fighting stance. Now, we said the first kick was a right front kick. We're going to take it to the midsection for now. Right front kick to the midsection. Now, from here, I'm going to front crossover, go to your fighting stance. Okay. I'm going to front crossover, and I'm going to shoot a right knife edge, also to the midsection. At this time, you could be catching the ribs. So from here, as we front crossover, and knife edge. Then I'm going to be doing a drag up, roundhouse kick. Could take that to the midsection also. And then right from here, as I do the roundhouse kick, I'm going to plant, and I'm going to turn into a left spinning rear kick. Make sure your toe is going to be pointed down as we shoot this kick. And we're going to plant that way, and I'm going to go right leg back. Now we're going to work the second side. Now, the second side, you got your right leg back. Okay, and this side, we're going to be doing all the kicks with the right leg. We're going to use the upper body rotation here, and we shoot a right side kick with the back leg. Turn your hip and kick with the back leg. And one more time. When a side kick, yeah. Now from here, I'm going to come up with a drag up front kick. And I'm going to do a drag up roundhouse kick. I'm going to keep my eye on my opponent as I plant. And with the drag up, I'm going to set my hip for the rear kick. And as I plant, then I'm going to step up and away from the opponent that's coming from another angle. Let's take this side one more time. Right leg back, fighting stance. Now, we said all the kicks are with the right leg, and we're going to keep looking straight. Right side, drag up front kick, drag up roundhouse kick, and drag up rear kick. Plant, step up with the left. All right, now, come up here. Fighting stance, switch stance. Now we're going to go over the third side of kicking set. This side, we said all the kicks is done with the left leg. The first one is going to be a spinning rear. We'll return and shoot the spinning rear. One more time. We're going to spin, kick, and plant. Now, switch your stance. The second kick is going to be a drag up roundhouse kick. Again, it's with the left leg. Okay, then we're going with the drag up front kick. And then we'll do a drag up side kick. Okay, now let's come back here. When you're practicing your kicks, understand what your weapon is. Don't just throw your leg out there. Also, I want you to be able to control your kicks. I've seen people doing kicking sets or a combination of kicks where they're not controlling the body weight. When they're throwing the kick, it's just taking them. Now, every time when you throw the kick, you like to snap it back. Make sure all your body weight is in the supporting leg. And if you're going to plant forward, plant back, or to the side, it's because you want to plant to that direction, not because your leg is taking you that way.
Okay, now put your right leg back. We're going to work the third side. Spinning rear, snap back, plant forward. Now drag a roundhouse kick. Make sure to keep your weight on your supporting leg. Drag up, front kick, and drag up, turn the hip, side kick. Plant back and plant down. Stepping with your right leg back. Now we're going to finish this set. Okay. Now the last side, we're alternating. Keep your guards up. The first kick is going to be a right front kick. Then we're going into a left roundhouse kick. That's it. Now we're going into a spinning rear with the right leg. And we're going to finish it with the left side kick. And when you plant, you're planting in a meditating horse to finish your set. Okay, let's go with this combination one more time. Right leg back. We're going right front kick. Left roundhouse kick. Spinning rear. Plant and go left side kick. Finish in a meditating horse and close. Okay, thank you, Master.
Yes, sir. 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 Yes,